One down and 599 to go. Yes, I am hand making all of them. The goal is 600 micro lock extensions. They are 12 inches long and only 0.1 centimeter wide. So today I am unlocking a brand new journey and crafting the first 1 to 50. Okay, so I know it takes extreme patience, but the end result is going to be flawless. So do subscribe to watch the collection grow piece by piece, and let's start making the first batch. Okay, so as you can see, I'm using a small toothed Afro comb to achieve Afro texture hair from this tiny section of bulk hair. And before I begin, I will fold over an inch to create the base of my log. And today I am working only with 45 degrees and full 360 degrees to achieve that tiny micro lock. Okay, so I'm using my thumb on my left hand as a focal point to twist over the hair 45 degrees, and the crochet goes in, and as it comes out I block it again with my thumb, twist fully 360 degrees as the needle goes under the lower part, and that will help to tangle inside, creating a solid core of the lock. Okay, so remember, the goal is to make mature lock instantly. There is not stiff, and that's why today I am using microscopic needle, which is 0.85 millimeter for intense precision. So it is just a repeat process from the tip towards the top. Okay, so I do love using 14-inch Afro bulk virgin human hair because of the thousands micro cuticles in it, and this is the first challenge that I faced because of the intense stacking. It reduces to 8 inches, and that is a loss. Because of that, I have to extend and crochet vigorously so that it won't snap. Okay, and still I have to maintain the size of the previous lock. But the most important thing that I've learned, extending boost the sway of these locks because it falls naturally. And I know you might think this is time consuming, but to be honest, this is a quality. Okay, so remember on my previous video I was using still 14 inches. I was using 14-inch Afro bulk virgin human hair, and again I was using 0.90 millimeter microscopic needle, so you can check it out so that you can see the difference. And now once I'm done, as you can see, I have to confirm that is exact 12 inches, but from here it extends with an inch, so I have to unravel it, and you can see it's so easy to unravel because it is controlled by hand and not by the machine. Okay, so I have to unravel it and go over it for the second time, and this time I have to go deep in the core of my lock, tucking all the excess hair over the lock, and that is how you reduce the frizz. Okay, so I will go over from the top all the way to the center using the same process and up to the tip. And this is where most people get confused. So I have to grab all the excess hair, and again I'll have to twist over 360 degrees as I tuck in, and finally I'm gonna use the compressed method of palm rolling, and you're gonna have it clean like this, and you will have to confirm it's again 12 inches from your tape measure, and that brings us to the end of the first 10 knit micro lock extensions like this. And I'm gonna use a rubber band to secure it so that you can track the process, okay? And now that we have created a momentum and confirm everything is set, we're gonna use this as a guide, and every single new micro lock that I'm going to make will come out of it to maintain the consistent, okay? So remember, you cannot afford to waste a single piece of this hair because of its premium origin. That's why I'm using this extra piece added to the new one. And as you can see, I'm using 50 grams of loose hair, and it doesn't look like much in a bundle, but when you are crafting micro locks that are only 0.1 centimeter wide, a little bit goes a terrifyingly long way, the way you're seeing. And I'm starting with 50 grams bundle of virgin human hair. My goal today is to see exactly how many of my first 50 extensions I can squeeze out of it. And again, I'm just asking myself if it will finish the first batch, and again, will I have leftover? So let's find out. And I choose virgin human hair bulk because of the thousands cuticles in it, like I mentioned earlier, that makes it easy to craft the lock and can last for years. So I'm saying so because synthetic hair or lower grade human hair can blend horribly, or at the same time it can lose its texture after washing. But virgin hair behaves like real growing locks, okay? And also, before I forget, on my previous video I was crafting 0.6 centimeter, that is a pencil thick, and I was using 0.90 millimeter microscopic needle. Unlike today, I am crafting 0.1 centimeter micro lock using 0.85 millimeters. So I'm gonna leave the link in the description box below this video so that you're gonna see the difference and compare. And because the hair that I'm using is virgin hair, it means you're gonna have freedom to dye your locks whichever color that you want. That is, if you want honey blonde, ginger, or jet black in future. So you're gonna have that freedom, and trust me, these extensions will take the bleach safely without melting or snapping off, okay? And the hardest part of this process is the scale. I do hope you understand. And I am taking the tiniest pinch of this bundle, literally just a few strands of hair at a time, to ensure the extensions stay at exactly 0.1 centimeter. And that means if I grab even a millimeter too much, it will ruin the uniformity of the locks, okay? So when you work with bulk hair, there is always a bit of fallout, and I'm keeping track of the waste to see if 50 grams actually gives me 50 full 12-inch extensions, or it's gonna cut into my into my supply, okay? So for those of you who have already handmade micro locks extension using microscopic needle, I'm still wondering what weight did you end up using for 50 extensions, or do you think 50 grams of bulk hair is going to last me through the first micro locks? So pause the video right now and drop your guess in the comment section below this video, okay? I'm still here with you, and we are officially in the thick of it. Thank you so much for sticking around and hanging out with me. Creating micro locks takes a lot of patience and love, and having you here in the comment section and watching at the same time this process, it makes the time fly, okay? So, it takes an immense amount of focus, but remember the end results will be flawless. And making these extensions at this tiny size takes a serious technique. And if you do it wrong, your hair will turn into a knotted mess before it even touches your head, okay? Which is why in my next video, I am breaking down the exact step-by-step method I use to make this look flawless like this. So crafting a virgin micro locks without matting is my next video name, and I'm going to show you how to keep the hair smooth, uniform, and perfectly structured from the top to the bottom, okay? So I love this hair because I'm using tiny section of loose hair. It's so easy to unravel it with your fingers running through, and that should tell you that the quality is good, okay? So you can see the microscopic cuticles in it, and yeah, so I'm gonna repeat the same process that I've been using to craft these logs from the start, and now we are in the middle and almost are done. So as you can see, I am on my third batch, and I'm maintaining the same energy, the same tension to keep everything consistent, okay? And also, just to remind you that if you want a natural looking micro locks extension, you cannot jab the hair twice in the same hook, because if you do that, it will make it rigid like a pipe, okay? And remember, it's only 45 degrees and full 360 degrees turn as you pull loose hair into the core from every side is the way to go, and to prevent a weak spot or holes, and that is how you get even density and a nice uniform cylindrical micro locks like this, okay? So you can see when you repeat, like when you go over it for the second time, it tucks all the excess hair of it tucks all the excess hair over the lock, and that excess hair, it is what we call frizz that many people don't like. So you're gonna make sure that you tuck them into the core of your lock, and you're gonna have it clean like this, okay? And also, if you appreciate the dedication it takes to craft at this level of detail, please take a moment to subscribe and support the channel. And I'm working at a scale of just 0.1 centimeter, and at this microscopic size, a standard grip technique will cause hand fatigue and uneven tension. And the secret to managing a tool this small is just simple, and it is all about finding the neutral balance point of the needle instead of tightly gripping the tool, okay? So let it rest lightly between your thumb and your second finger, using the remaining fingers strictly as a stabilizer. And by shifting the weight to the center of your hand, you're gonna eliminate friction and immediately elevate your precision crafting these locks, okay? So when you master this balance, the needle moves as an extension of your own fingers, and the effort is intense, but this precise balance. Ensure that the micro tacking look like a flawless piece of art upon completion. Okay, so we're gonna see that towards the end of this video. Yeah, so we have come to an end of this video, and as you can see, we have 50 down and 550 more to go. This journey is officially unlocked, so I use a quarter of 50 grams bundles to make these 50 logs, and that means I will get 200 micro logs out of the bundle. Yeah, so if you want to learn the exact secret to crafting this without mating, make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss the exact upload. Okay, so drop a comment, let me know what you think of this 0.1 centimeter size, and thanks for hanging out with me today. So see you in the next one.